Okay, I'm just giving it a few seconds to get started. Seems to take a second before it will let me start moving around. I'll minimize these. Okay, so I have a folder set up for doing the add-ons and stuff in it. I've done Lucario earlier. I'll just delete this, that's a fail. Okay, ignore that. Did Lucario earlier, and I just have the extractor program and a shortcut to bzip, which we just use for the fastdl thing, compressing the files. Okay, so to start with, we go and get the workshop add-on. Okay, I'm just doing Renamon, just doing it from scratch, so subscribe to it. It will be downloaded when we open GMOD, so let's go open GMOD. And it'll pop up down the bottom. Yep, it's downloading. Okay, we can quit. Go to our Gary's Mod folder, go to add-ons, sort them by name. This is one that I failed at earlier. This is the one we want, the most recent one we've just done. We will copy that, go back to where we were, copy that to here. So that's the workshop add-on. We're going to open the extractor, convert file, the thing we just pasted. It was successful, so we can close that, go back to our folder. Now we have the folder for it. So open that up. First thing, rename info text to add-on text. Okay, we look at the models. What's in here? Got models, player, Renamon. Okay, that's not very good because we can't tell it to download this whole folder, because it'll download models, player, everything in Gary's Mod, and I'm pretty sure there's other things in there. So we'll have to list these one by one. What about this models, Renamon? Okay, that one's fine. Renamon, that's a pretty unique name, so we can just make it download that whole folder. Materials, models. Yeah, they're unique names, we can make them download that whole thing. 14 megabytes, holy crap. And what's in Lua? Auto run, so that's files that run when the add-on's loaded. NPC stuff, it's just adding an NPC called Renamon with this info here. Renamon NPC, model, health, citizen type. So you could leave that in, but I'm just ignore these other things. I'm actually going to just delete that, just because we don't really need NPCs here. Renamon stuff, player. Why does it have a copy of the NPC code in here? People are so shit at coding add-ons. Okay, so most of them will look like this. We have if server, so this runs on the server. Player add valid model, it will let players select this model. If you don't have this line, players cannot use the models at all. So we just add the models that we have. Do we have that one? Renamon B5. Models. Player. Renamon B5. Okay, yep, so it's got them all. Okay, so saying players can use them, and then this bit, which is not inside if server, so it'll run on the client, but also on the server. It'll run in both places. Just again adding it to the models. That's just how player models work. That's the basic of it. So we're going to copy our download function and then add the files. So we'll just get it from a previous add-on. I'm just going to grab it from Cultist model. Is set up pretty good, I think. Yeah, see, it has the add valid model. Oh, that's the other thing about this. That add CS Lua file. That it's inside if server. So when the server runs this, tells the clients to download it, then the clients will download it and then run the whole file from the start. So when the client, like a user, is running this, it'll see this bit and it'll skip it because it's not the server, and then it'll just run this bit. One thing we can do is just delete this. So now it will just make it download whatever file it is being run from. So it will pretty much always work. That's nice and clean. So this is our download function, add directory, add dir, recursively adds everything in a directory to be downloaded. And also add table, which just adds some files from the directory. So we'll just copy those, and they're inside this if server bit, paste. Okay, the functions are there ready to use, and underneath it is the actual thing that does crap. See, like I've got little print statements, you'll see these in the console so you know when it's working, and then it just calls our functions, add directory and add table. So that adds a whole folder. Add table adds these files from this folder, so it will add models player Zexion, model fly, VVD, just so you don't have to keep typing models player. Add directory, some more stuff. So anyway, we paste that in. Just make this empty so we can reuse it. Okay, so now we just need it to tell it to download our files. So we go looking here, we've got materials, models. We can tell it to download those two folders. And you just look inside them, see if there's any folders inside them. If there is folders inside them, you need to put true on the end of add directory, so we'll add this folder and all folders inside it. You don't need it if there's nothing there. So we go add directory, materials, models, and these two. Materials, models, I'll just copy that line, Renamon and Renamon 2009. Okay, just 1 second. Okay. What else do we need to download? Materials, that's all done. So we need to download models, player, all of those. And like I said, player is not a unique name. There's going to be other things in this folder on the server. So we'll have to use this add table function. We're going to download from models, player. And I'm just going to quickly type these because I'm awesome. Start with Renamon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. DX80, VTX. Okay, so yeah, just make sure that you've got no typos because you need it to be right. And the next one is Renamon. Well, does it have all the same? DX80, DX90, model, Phi, VTX, VVD. It does, they're all the same, so I'm just going to copy that. Delete these ones out. And in Lua, so this is calling a function, and then that starts the function, and then this is the first option, and then a comma, and then the second option is that, and then that bracket, see how it lines up red there? That's the end of it. So this is a table, and each bit in the table is separated by a comma, and I'm just saying you don't need a comma on the last bit. That's what I was trying to say. Anyway, fix these up. That looks right. Okay. So we go back. What else do we need? Models, Renamon. everything in there. So we can just add directory, models, Renamon, and that is pretty much it. We'll just rename this so that we know what's going on. Renamon. So that'll just print in the console when this file runs, and that's it. So all we had to do really was just neaten that up, because it was, and then add our functions and actually call our functions. Okay, so that is saved in there, Lua, auto run, Renamon stuff. That's all good to go. So we've got our add-on folder. I'm just going to rename it without the apostrophe. You really should not have weird shit in file names. So Renamon, lowercase is always good. And I'm just going to go on the server and delete the one that's there, just because I want to make sure this works. Okay, and then we put Renamon across. Yeah, so it's just uploading the files, copying from my folder, Renamon models, blah blah blah, to the server, add-ons, Renamon, models, Renamon, blah blah blah. Okay, so the next step, once this is done, is to compress the files and then put them on the fast download server. So what I usually do, get the whole folder, copy and paste it, rename it to something. I like to call it bzip, and we're just going to open that in a new window, so we can just drag it onto our shortcut here. What we're going to do, go into all the folders that files that are going to be downloaded. So the materials, models, Renamon, select them. You can only do about 10 at once, otherwise you can't drag them all at once into here. I'm just going to select them, drag and drop them, and you want that little plus to open. See, open with bzip2 file compressor. Drop them on there, it thinks for a second. You see all our material files are being turned into archives, compressed archives. It says WinRAR because that's the program I use here, but it might say bzip file for you, whatever. So the total of that folder is now 1.23 megabytes, whereas before it was 14 megabytes. Holy crap. So if people download it from fast download, they'll only have to download 1 megabyte instead of 14. So it's pretty important. Anyway, we go in and finish this off. They're all done. Get these ones. I'll try and do this many files, see if it works. Yeah, it works. Now how long this takes depends on the size of the file and the speed of your computer, but it'll eventually do it. So everything in here is done. Models, player. Okay. That's all zipped up in there. So I'll just wait for these to finish uploading to the server. Okay, so once those files are done, that's all done, that's on the server. So I'm just going to go to my fast download server, open in a new tab so that the other one keeps going in the background, it's still there. It'll be a little bit slower while this is happening. Connection failed. Oh, why is it failing? Just too slow, I guess. I'll just wait for this to finish. Okay, that's all done on that one. I'll just try to reconnect here. Do it. Okay. So it's set up already to connect to the right folder for me. And it basically, this folder, Gary's Mod, Models, Materials, it's a copy of the other server, but only the files that are going to be downloaded through fast download. So we're just going to upload our files to here. From our bzipped one, everything in there is compressed. I just drop it on Gary's Mod. So everything in that materials folder goes in that materials folder, everything in that models folder goes in that models folder. We'll have a look in here and see what I've already got compressed on here. Pissed me off is actually the cigarette from Drugs Mod. Box, I don't know what box is. Smash Bros, that's Lucario that I did earlier. Obama, Kane and Lynch. So I'll have a look in here. My ammo machine entity. So yeah, see all the models are on here in compressed form. Okay, so we'll just wait for this to finish, and well, really, once that's done, they're all on the server ready to go. And then you probably have to restart the GMOD server just to get the add-on to actually load if it's just being put there for the first time. And that's pretty much it. I'll just wait for it to finish to make sure everything goes through okay. What's this map that's being recommended to me? It's a space build map. Pretty sure you would need space build. Requires Half-Life 2 episode 2. Okay, all the files are done. Okay, cool. So there, Lucario, the uncompressed ones. Wait, did we just do Lucario? No, we just did Renamon. Did I even upload it? Yes, I did. Okay, there's Renamon. Renamon, materials, models. So you see, on the Gary's Mod server, it goes in add-ons, but on the download server you only put the files you need straight into the main folders. And that's basically it. Good luck.